A massacre continues in Sudan. For those who don't know about the conflict, let me briefly explain. There are two groups fighting in Sudan. One is the Sudanese Army, and the other is the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, a paramilitary group that rebelled against the army. To make it easier to understand, imagine if Pakistan's Frontier Corps, FC, suddenly rose up against the Pakistani army, and both sides started fighting each other. This war began in 2023 when the Sudanese army ordered its political partner, the RSF, to fully merge into the military structure. When the RSF refused, tensions rose. First came warnings, then force, and that's when the war began. It's similar to the current situation where, for example, the Syrian regime asked the Kurdish SDF to integrate into the national army, and they refuse. The Sudanese army is being supported by Egypt and Turkey, while the Rapid Support Forces are openly backed by the United Arab Emirates, which supplies them with weapons and mercenaries. Saudi Arabia leans slightly toward the Sudanese army, but still maintains relations with the opposing RSF as well. Russia initially supported the RSF in exchange for promises of access to Sudan's gold, but later switched sides and began supporting the Sudanese army after being promised the construction of a naval port. Many other countries are covertly or openly involved on both sides, and behind all of this lies Sudan's underground wealth, vast rivers of gold and natural resources. Sudan ranks among the top 10 gold-rich countries in the world, and even amid this devastating war, the UAE continues smuggling tons of gold from areas controlled by its allied militias. Meanwhile, the poor Sudanese people are being slaughtered. Their women are assaulted and murdered, their children are shot dead in their mother's arms, and the most tragic part is that both sides shout, Allahu Akbar, while committing these atrocities. I have always said this, the Muslim Ummah has suffered the most from these proxy wars and armed groups that are supplied and used by powerful nations like game roosters in a blood fight while the innocent Muslims caught in between are crushed. This trend began during the Soviet-Afghan War when Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt, the US, and others supported proxy fighters against Russia, and Pakistan's ISI was tasked with training and arming them, all under the name of jihad. Later, those very proxy fighters turned their guns on each other in the name of jihad, and the result was pure destruction. Then, in an attempt to restore peace, Pakistan introduced the Taliban under the leadership of Mullah Omar. But since then, this cycle of proxy warfare has never ended in the region. The same tragedy repeats across the Muslim world. In Mali, Algeria, and France use al-Qaeda as a proxy, while Russia and Turkey back the Malian army, both sides fighting endlessly. In Somalia, Ethiopia fuels the conflict by backing al-Shabaab against the Somali government. In Libya, Turkey, the UAE, Egypt, and Algeria each support their own militias, dividing the country into zones of influence and endless warfare. May Allah Almighty have mercy on this ummah and bring an end to these proxy wars and militant factions.